Sometimes we're working on like aerospace projects that require a very tight, controlled way of working, but then when we're working on artistic projects, it requires a very fluid way of thinking. That's one of the great things about Delcam. It allows me to think as a craftsman. I was very interested in being able to take craft back into the process in architectural fabrication, and the robot assists with a lot of different operations that would require vast amounts of labor. A lot of our processes are based from hand creation, based on very old techniques, like the ability to manipulate materials by hand and knowing what that feedback comes from material. And PowerMILL allows us to work in a way that's similar to that. This is a project that we're working on, a direct mold for an electric bus. We did an undercut, sprayed composite on top of the foam using the robot, and then right now we're in the process of doing the roughing and the finish cuts. With the robotic milling, you really want to be able to control every axis, and that's one of the great things that PowerMILL and the PRI interface allows me to do. I can position and get the robot exactly where I want to, and then proceed to running the simulation of the toolpath. I looked at other packages that you would have to export your tooling file, and then you would have to run a simulation. Now I can do everything in one package. We do milling, but we also do spraying, wire cutting, other operations that need vector control. Because of these controls, I'm able to use it for applications that aren't point dependent. I was using SurfCam at one time. When I started the process of integrating the robot, I looked at Unigraphics. Other packages just couldn't manipulate that data and machine and program in an efficient manner. Basically went from trying to program something that would take a day just to program to being able to do it in 5 minutes. So the improvements were substantial. I have assurance that what I see here is exactly what I'm getting on the shop floor.
After I've checked for interferences and collisions in the programming, the robotic interface, then I can allow the robot to run overnight unattended.
Because it's very intuitive, it's very easy to use, I'm able to get out on the shop floor more and insert my hand in the whole process of everything we do. It allows more of a craftsman sort of spirit to come into the machining process. With Delcam, with PowerMILL and PRI, I bounce between movie props, artistic projects where it's about the vision and it's about handcraft, to aerospace or more mechanical parts where it's about tight tolerances and performance. Every instance that I had with Delcam has been, how can our product work for you? It sounds canned, but it is really a parter.